you have your intercom volume here. You got volumes here. I've got one on your headset.
Got it.
Good.
Okay. Alright, so radios are set, brakes. We'll check brakes.
Yeah, but we'll get the ATIS again, just to make sure it hasn't changed.
Yep.
Overcast, temperature 14, dew point 6, altimeter 2976. Visual approach runway 33 in use.
Alright, it's going to be the same one.
Runway 624 closed. Obstruction crane flag not lighted, 1.6 nautical miles northeast of the field at 230 feet AGL. Taxiway Lima 1 safety area not standard. Pilots use caution for personnel and equipment working along with birds and animals in the vicinity of the airport. All hold short instructions and assigned altitudes are required to be read back. Advise on initial contact, you have information Zulu.
Alright, this is Zulu. Okay.
Alright, we're 976, right?
Destination Zulu, time
Okay.
1654 Zulu, wind 310 at 15.
Should it be that low on the actual
Visibility
altimeter
10,
rating?
sky condition ceiling, 3,900 broken.
Let's get the ATIS first, and then we'll forget that. But
temperature 14.
it should be 76, and watch this.
7976. Visual approach runway
Magic,
33
right?
in use.
But instruments sometimes get stuck.
Closed. Obstruction
It
crane
should be
flag
within
not
70
lighted,
feet of
1.6
120.
miles northeast of the
So
field
that's
at
60
230
feet right there. It
AGL.
could be higher or lower,
Taxiway Lima 1 safety area not
but we're
standard.
still okay.
Pilots use caution for personnel and equipment working along with birds and animals.
Alright, so it's 2976, and the winds are, looks like 310 at 15, gusting to, I believe it was 19.
Okay.
Alright, and we'll use 33.
Alright.
So we can hold ground again. We'll try this again. There's a test here if we want to check by volume level.
Okay.
In case anybody's not talking. Ground, good afternoon. November 3487 Quebec.
November 3487 Quebec Northeast ground.
Is there a taxi from Legacy with information Zulu for northeast departure?
487 Quebec runway Treat, taxi via Alpha 2 Alpha.
Alpha 2 Alpha for runway 3387 Quebec. So when I answer him, I always finish with 87 Quebec.
Okay.
When I call him, northeast ground 3487 Quebec. Then I give him the message.
Okay.
So park and brake off. Alright, and we'll clear right, clear left. Here we go.
Alright. Do a brake check.
Okay,
Alright.
that's it. Nice.
Air controls.
Michael Jones, when I do a brake check, you want to do it smoothly
Okay.
so your passengers don't hit the head in the front of the seat, you know.
Yep.
And your controls, brakes are checked.
Controls.
Okay.
Brakes checked.
It's all yours.
Alright. We'll start taxiing.
Yep.
Check gyros on the way out.
Yeah. Gyros are looking pretty good. You already set that. Good. Let me make it a right turn. So we make the right turn. We'll look at that right wing down here and the ball to the left. And there it is right there. Throttle back a little bit and right rudder. That's it. Slow it down. You want to adjust your speed for the turn.
Okay.
Yep.
A lot here.
And as we begin to establish that habit pattern, when you actually take a flight test, the examiner's going to be looking for that.
Okay.
That your speed is adequate, just like in a car for your turns.
Right.
No different. So if you're too warm, you can open that little window.
Doing alright.
Alright.
If you want it open though, let me know.
Okay.
And we just want to go up to the hold line here?
We have to do another run
Or
up
so
here.
we want to
Yeah,
turn
so
around.
we're going
that's
to turn
right.
around. Yeah, totally different airplane now. We have to do the run up in this one. Make
Right.
your left now, left. Stay clear of the grass. Good. That's it. Alright, center your rudder panels.
Yeah.
Good.
Alright.
Nice, and park and brake set.
Brake
Okay.
set. Alright, so run up. Everything's into the wind, wheel straight, throttle to 1800. Okay. Enunciate test. All three are lit.
Good.
Engine instruments. We're all in the green.
Got all five.
Sorry? Oh yeah, and charge and suction.
Good.
Magnetos, we'll check drop. Alright. Left is good.
Good.
Right
Good.
is good. Alright, and carb heat on, check for drop.
Good.
Yeah. And throttle back to 1,000.
Very good. That's a good sound. You can hear there's no problem with that mag drop.
Yep. Alright. So before takeoff, flaps are at 0, trim is in the middle. So do I want to go to up, or do I
You
just
want to be
leave it in the
neutral
middle?
right
Okay.
here.
Yep.
This N right here is where you want to be with that white line.
Okay.
Good. And
Primer's locked. Air is rich. Carb heat is off. Fuel is on fullest tank. Controls. Alright. Controls are free.
good.
And instruments
Right.
all still green.
Check your 5.
Yep, suction, charge, good. Flight instruments.
Now, one thing, let me just
Yes.
say one thing about the alternator here.
Mhm.
We have only one thing on really, so I'm going to load it up.
Okay.
Make sure I've got a good alternator, hold close to 60 amps.
Yep.
Everything's on, even my nav lights. See how it increases?
Yeah.
And my panel lights right here.
Yep.
And it's still holding 40,
Okay.
which is great. If it maxed out, I could end up with an overload situation and lose my alternator. So it looks like I got a strong alternator, and it's at idle power.
Okay.
So that's good. I'm going to turn this off. Okay.
Do you want me to run through that on every single one?
Well,
or every time we do a run up?
It's good to do
Okay.
because now you chose the integrity of the alternator.
Right.
And that's important
Right.
to know that. Yeah. Especially on night flights.
For sure.
Okay.
Alright, so flight instruments, compass is set, gyro's working, and then that's it, right?
Yeah. That's 010. This should be right here.
Okay.
Airspeed is 0. Looks good here. Not too high or low. Altimeter's set. Fluid in the tube. Ball in the center. 010. Remember, this precesses, so when you're flying every 5 to 10 minutes, when you're in level unaccelerated flight, meaning you're not doing this
Yep.
or doing this or that, you're going to reset this to this. And
Okay.
it's most accurate on an east or west heading.
Interesting.
Most accurate.
Okay.
Good.
Alright, so doors not
All
secured.
right,
but-
doors coming.
Alright, doors secured. Fuel pump is on, transponder is on mode C.
Right
Right
here.
Or is that down there?
That's
I'm sorry.
ALT. So you
Yep.
see this little line, it's on alt.
Okay.
And we'll have Squawka 1200 for BFR.
Okay. Radio is not set to power. It's
Okay, you- I'm going to set 126.90 there. Here's the inner knob for 126. And now we'll be talking to the tower. When the towers gives us permission for takeoff and landing.
okay. Alright, and we'll start the timer when we take off.
Okay. So you're going to just review the takeoff procedure here.
Yep.
It's throttle to full, so you're going to be max power, and you're going to be with your hand on the control wheel and the throttle.
Okay.
And we're going to look at the engine instruments.
Yep.
If they're not in the green, we're going to abort the takeoff.
Okay.
All right, engine instruments. So power is going to be set. You're going to check the tachometer. Engine instruments checked. And airspeed is going to be alive. Moving this way.
Possible pilot deviation.
When you get to 60, you're going to rotate, so you're going to take your hand from here to here.
Copy.
Okay.
I think
And
you
rotate.
violated an airspace.
And then we're climbing at 80.
You're going to rotate at 60 and accelerate.
Delta Whiskey, I don't really know. I just have your tagged up. That's why I was wondering if you were squawking VFR or not.
Let's put that on the back.
But I'll have enough phone number for you to talk to them.
And we can pull up to the hold short line.
It is
Bring off.
215-4902. 41.
On the checklist, it does say strobes on
Okay.
and landing light on. So every takeoff, every landing, Alex, all of these are on.
Okay.
It is a cooler day. We could put the pitot heat on. But it's warm enough that we don't really need it. We'll hold it here now. You cannot go across that line. Right? Throttle back. And Northeast Tower, 87 Quebec, holding short, ready for takeoff, runway 33, northeast bound departure.
November 87 Quebec, Northeast Tower, wind 33011, gust 22. Eastbound turn is approved, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, right turn approved, 87 Quebec. Okay. Okay, just ease it onto the runway at 1100
7
RPM.
Delta Whiskey, Cessna traffic to 1,700 feet is at your 11 o'clock.
Final
4
approach is
miles
clear,
westbound.
runway's clear.
Okay, we'll look out for
Ready comment, my door's locked. Again, everything's on.
Yep,
And
November
everything's
7 Delta
looking
Whiskey, I
nice.
actually
Very,
switched
very
them a
good
while
right
ago.
here.
Okay.
They said the issues, you want to catch them before takeoff, not after. And
November 7
five
Delta
right.
Whiskey, frequency change approved, good day.
Thanks, everyone. See you.
Line it up with the center line. Okay, you're gonna. Alright, check 330's here is set. Feet off the brakes. Put the bottom feet on the bottom of the pedals, all the way down. That's it, right there, perfect. Alright, max power, and here we go.
Alright, we're all green.
Alright. Power is set, engine instruments checked. Airspeed's alive, you got 40. You hold in the center line with your feet.
Yep.
And rotate.
Alright.
Feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, lower the nose. And accelerate to 80. Okay. The wind is strong, so you gotta hold on to the planes. Yeah, that's right. Use your trim now, take your hand off the throttle. Okay. When you get to 60, you put both hands on this.
Okay.
Gonna lower the nose. Use your trim wheel to fine tune your control pressure during the climb. We're maintaining about 80. And this airplane will climb well. The colder temperatures, better performance.
Yep.
Okay. As we're looking around, I don't see any traffic. See like a little shower over there, maybe over there, I'm not sure. A little haze. I'm going to turn right to 030 now.
Alright, 030.
And you clear it. When you turn, Alex, we're going to make all turns at standard rate. Okay. Wing in the white mark, ball in the center. Means you lead a little bit of right rudder. Okay, that's it. That ball should be centered. Right from the takeoff roll, you want to hold a little bit of right rudder for the P factor.
Right.
Good. And we're climbing out of 1,000, we'll go up to 3,000.
Alright.
Good. Every once in a while, look over the dash, make sure no one's coming, right into you head on. Visibility is excellent, as I said, in this direction anyway. As you can see, there is some
Haze over there.
fog over there, or haze or shower
November
activity.
87 Quebec, no traffic to the east, frequency change approved, good day.
Roger, 87 Quebec, thank you. Give us an early frequency change based on there's no traffic to the east. So we're going to go to Philly approach, 123.8,
Golf Alpha, contact Philly
and
124.35.
try to get traffic advisories with him.
7 Golf Alpha, yeah.
As you fly, you maintain, your view of your instruments, but you also are outside the cockpit looking for traffic.
Okay.
That's it. You're doing a good job in this. I would call this light turbulence, or light to moderate. Philly approach. Good afternoon. 3487 Quebec.
Stand by.
Now, when he tells me to stand by, I do nothing. I just wait. Don't even call him back.
Okay.
He's
3487 Quebec, squawk 0243.
024387 Quebec. I'm going to put 02 and 4 and 3 right here.
So our timer seems to be out again.
Yeah, the clock is out on this plane. Now, he didn't ask me to ident, so I don't push that button here.
Okay.
And on his radar scope, you'll see like this, a little
Number 3487 Quebec, direct contact, just northeast Philly 2000, what's your request?
This is a requesting flight follow. We're at a 2.2 for 3,000, doing some air work in the Yardley area and returning back to Northeast Philly, PA 28 Alpha.
You're talking about just going over the Yardley VOR?
Alpha, we'll be in our practice area between Bristol and Yardley.
Okay. Altimeter 2977.
977 87 correct, thank you. Now these clouds are kind of lower, right? So they're lower than I thought. Have to adjust that altitude a little bit. We'll try to get 3,000, see what we can get.
Okay.
right now we're above Class D airspace at Northeast Philly. And in front of us, Alex, is Trenton Mercer Airport right over there. And their Class D starts at 27. So 3,000 is a nice altitude in terms of the airspace.
Yeah, because you're above the D and below the D.
That's right. Heading 270.
270, doesn't matter.
I will level it off.
Well, some 2 Sun Papa Alpha, wings in sight, thanks for your help.
Then Papa Alpha, thanks, brother. So, terminus squawk, we have 4, have a nice day.
About 23 to 2,400 RPM.
Yeah, well, hold on 1 second.
And lower the nose.
And then Papa Alpha, no, you don't have to call, you're good to go,
And
thanks.
when this is on 0, that's when you know this won't move.
Okay.
So push it over a little bit more. That's right.
Over 6245
And keep
X-ray,
trimming.
contact,
For the next 2 minutes, I want you to keep trimming, because she's still going to accelerate, so you're still slow. When you're really set, it'll be up here, the airspeed indicator.
Okay.
So the airplane's still becoming efficient, it's clean, the flaps are up, and it wants to accelerate. Got it. You're going to fine-tune your power again to 2,400. Okay, I want you to bring the nose down to 3,000. We're 100 feet high. Okay. And you're looking right down runway 6 at Trenton Mercer.
Yep.
Alright. Fuel pump off. Right. When you do that, you check your fuel pressure.
Yep. Fuel pressure's good.
Landing light off. Good, and we'll leave the nav lights on. We're in good shape. Notice the little shower. That's a shower right there. It's a little rain curtain. There's another one over there.
Okay.
There's one out there. You see the spotty showers, a lot of cloud activity here. Right now we're working Philly approach on this Squawk, and we'll stay with him until we're ready to go back to Northeast Philly. He'll give us traffic advisories. If you get lost, he'll help you to get back. If you have an emergency, you're talking to the right guy. So we always want to exit the tower and get flight following. And you're basically using the same frequency as American Airlines, Delta, United. Yep. All right. This area, you know what city that is there?
I do not.
That is Trenton, New Jersey.
Trenton
Mercer Airport.
Do not exceed 250 knots.
And Trenton, New Jersey.
10,000, 50 knots.
There is a river right in front of the airport right here. That is the Delaware River. The Delaware goes to the south and then back to the west past the city.
Okay, right turn right Echo and 7 Tango Echo.
Then we'll turn right to heading of east. Alright. Try to stay clear of that shower there. Clear right. Now we're at 3,000 feet. The temperature on the ground was 14 Celsius.
Okay.
And the temperature decreases 2 degrees Celsius per 1,000 feet. The standard lapse rate. Theoretically, at 7,000 we should have freezing level.
Right.
Means in these clouds at 7,000 you're going to get ice on the airplane. This is an airplane certified for non-icy conditions.
Right.
Alright, now, while we're straight and level, let's take a look at our magnometers. Showing about 110.
After completion of the island, after completion of the whole 1 second hold,
Just fine tune it a little bit, about 5 degrees off.
to Robbinsville.
Good, very good.
And you wanted to be going east?
Yeah, just hold it easterly heading. Alright, let's make a standard rate turn to the south. Alright, clear right. Clear right.
Rogue 99, turn 10 degrees left.
Anytime you make any turns, we want to verbalize clear right, clear left. Yep. Straight out this way is McGuire Air Force Base.
Okay.
That big open piece of land right there.
Got it.
And you can see how the Delaware curves and bends right back to the city.
Right.
It'll take you right back to Northeast Philly.
Okay. So at the very worst, follow the river back home.
Follow the river back home. This right here is the Turnpike Bridge.
Okay.
So it's the Jersey Turnpike to the PA Turnpike. It is about 7 miles to the northeast of Northeast Philly, which is right there.
Got it. Yep. Okay.
I want you to understand and be a master of the geography.
Right.
So that you don't get lost. You know what I'm saying? And nighttime, it's even more difficult. Probably 10 times as difficult. But once you get comfortable at nighttime, you'll get the same geography down.
Right.
The haze plays into it. Right now we've got at least 25 miles visibility. I have traffic out there just under the horizon line. Can you see him?
Yep.
Okay. Right here at 2 o'clock is the racetrack.
Okay.
And the Parks Casino. That is a 3-mile final for runway 24.
Got it. Okay.
Notice we're getting a little shower activity.
Yep.
Okay. So our temperature at this altitude should be about 8 degrees.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Approach Wisconsin 4226 is 6,900.
And you can see it right there. It's 8 degrees.
4226 for weather.
See that?
Yep.
So at 0 degrees you get ice.
Right.
So if this was 0, this would be freezing to your windshield. You would have to stay below it.
Gotcha.
Philly approach 132.
132.
Yeah, 132 is complete. We're landing northeast. I got the field in sight.
Alright, you can descend,
Turn right to heading west.
For now.
Sorry?
And go north.
Turn right to heading west. Clear right.
Clear right.
126.90. We'll see you.
Alright. Oil pressure, temperature good, fuel pressure is good, suction is good, amperage is good, everything's looking good. So part of your job is to monitor your instruments.
Right.
And you're doing a great job on the altitude control right here. And that's where you want to be, because in your flight test you want to be plus or minus 100 feet of that altitude assigned.
Okay.
Let's try a left 360 at a standard rate.
Alright. Clear left.
Okay. All turns about 15 to 20 degrees of bank. Keep the ball in the middle. Notice you don't need much left rudder on the left turn because of the prop.
Right.
You actually need a little right rudder to straighten that out.
So that prop factor is constant throughout the flight.
It's constant. So your right foot is always working. You're not relaxing. Your feet are never on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, as you make your turn, we're maintaining our altitude. It's a level turn. We're also looking for traffic.
Aeroscom 4226, I maintain 5,000.
Send 5,000. Wisconsin 4226.
Rogue 99, turn right heading 360.
Road 99, right 360.
So when I fly, I usually fly with 2 hands, and then my left hand will go to the throttle when I need it, or to the trim when I need it, and back up here, just for more control. Yep. There are times when you need more control. In turbulence, on landing, after you go power to idle, you'll be on the controls twice. When you're doing an instrument approach, in instrument meteorological conditions, I'm going to be flying with 2 hands.
43 for maintain
And
5,000.
just come off the control with one hand to adjust the power, adjust the trim,
And then back on.
and back on. That's right.
Got it.
You can see the visibility, how it's depleted with that rain shower.
Yeah.
So rain, fog, haze, smoke, volcanic ash, snow. These are all what we call restrictors. They restrict your visibility, reduce it. Oh, going to turn left to heading west. We're limited on time. Unfortunately, we're going to head back to the airport.
You can fly heading 030, going up on the localizer, you can hold as requested.
030, join the localizer, Rogue 99er. Hold as requested.
And for the approach 87 Quebec.
87 Quebec.
Yes, sir, we're going to head back to northeast Philly Airport. We have the airport set. We have Zulu.
87 Quebec. I don't have any traffic in the field, but it's also 20 Squawk VF4 and you go to Tower.
Roger, Squawk and VFR, over to Tower 87 Quebec. Have a good day. We'll go to 126.9.
122.7.
But you're one.
Alright, I want you to put 1200 there. Now we're back there, and I'm going to call the tower. I'm going to give my position. First my call sign, and wait. Then I'm going to give my position. I'm about 7 miles to the east. Airport's west. We're to the east. Notice this is west and west, see it?
Yep.
Most accurate right here. It doesn't jump around.
Interesting.
Northeast Philly Tower, November 3487 Quebec.
Number 3487, go back, Northeast Tower.
787 Quebec is 7 to the east and bound for landing with the information.
387 Quebec, right base runway 33 and squawk 1200. I see you squawking 1220.
Okay, we'll recycle. We are squawking 1200, right base for 3387 Quebec. Thank you.
32, wind 320 at 10, gust 22, runway 33, clear to land.
1220, so I'm
32.
gonna recycle this. Back on again. Turn left at 240.
Alright, 240, clear left.
Actually about a 260. Hold about 260, Alex.
Alright.
And I'm gonna hold it right here along with the river at 95, right in the center.
Okay.
We're gonna start a descent. Okay. We're gonna put the power to 2200 RPM. There's 22. And as we descend, that power is gonna increase.
Right.
You're gonna keep it at 22.
Okay.
Let's put our fuel pump on.
Okay, fuel pump on.
Landing light on.
Landing light on.
Mixture rich.
Rich.
And the fuel is on the same tank. Basically, it's a short flight. It was a little higher. It will stay on that tank.
Okay.
As you descend, I want you to establish a 500 foot per minute as your target descent rate all the time.
Okay.
Descent planning is very important. So we want to plan a descent in advance so that we don't have to dive the airplane down to the runway.
Right.
Make sense?
Yep.
And you can use the trim. Now it's a little choppy today.
It's
So,
gonna be bouncing around all the time.
you can leave the power at 21, and that's fine, exactly where it is. If it gets any muppier,
387 Quebec, I have you now around 2,600 feet.
affirmative, 87 Quebec, that's squawking 1200. Okay. So just checking that altitude. I recycled it, took care of the problem. And you're holding 500 feet a minute. Our airport is there.
Yep.
We're landing on 33. So we're going to basically come in this way with a right turn. This is the base leg for the final approach.
Okay.
All right. As we see the airport here, there's a river on the left. That's called the Rancocas Reservoir.
Okay.
This is actually turn left at Golf Taxi left after this frequency. Good day.
That's another great landmark that goes all the way into New Jersey.
Right. So you could theoretically follow that right into
follow
the
that river
runway.
takes you right into 33 pretty much.
Got it.
Or it could take you in for a left base to 24.
Okay.
Okay, now there's the racetrack.
Yep.
A 3 mile final for 24. Here's 95. Yeah, let's bring the power back just to 2,000, just a touch back. Perfect right there. And just 500 feet a minute.
Yep.
Slow descent. Good visual on the city. On the other side of the city is Philly International Airport.
Yep.
Alright, and so just want to hold about 500 feet a minute down. Use your trim to maintain it. Or sacrifice a little airspeed. Now let's say we were at a speed of about 110, 120. Okay. This speed, 111, is called maneuvering speed. This is actually BA.
Okay.
Okay, and BA is the speed at which you can...
Warrior 87 Quebec, wind 310 at 13, gust 19, runway 33, clear to land.
Clear land 33, 87 Quebec. So we're cleared land now. We don't have to report again.
Okay.
We're clearly, he's showing me on the radar. And he's got, the ability to see people on the radar.
Right.
So we got an early clearance and we're looking good. All right, pattern altitude's 1,100 feet. Okay. So we're looking good. We're inside the wide arc, which means we're good for flap operating range.
Okay.
At 1,100 feet, we'll start putting our flaps out.
Okay.
We're going to turn a nice 90-degree turn onto final, so you get a stable final approach.
Okay.
And that's important. We'll pick up our PAPI, and we're going to land with the flaps 10, 25, and even 40 if we want to.
Okay.
All right, and strong winds, I recommend flaps 25.
Okay.
Because the wind really gets under that flap and starts to move the airplane around.
Right. So we're white arc and coming up on 1100.
Yeah, so you can put, let's bring the nose up a little bit, level it off, look at your runway.
Yep.
Stay connected. We're at a perfect altitude here.
Okay.
Bring your power up to 2,000. Fine. Level it off a little bit. Let's turn right to 270. We'll take a turn 5 degrees.
Northeast Airport information now for now, current altimeter 2977.
Let's put our first notch of flaps out. Alright. And we'll hold this heading right here. We're not going to dog leg it in. I want to establish a nice 90-degree turn, just like parking the airplane on the ground. Same thing. Yeah, you can feel that wind. The wind is pushing on our vertical stabilizer.
Right.
And just hold us at 290. Just hold that. And now back to 1900 RPM. And second notch of flaps. Alright, we're going to stay with that and we'll see how it is down low.
Okay.
When you come in for an approach, one hand's on the throttle, left hand on the yoke, and you're basically intercepting your centerline now. Turn it on to final. We're intercepting the final, but also the PAPI.
Wind 320 at 16, gust 22.
Okay, so we're going to use 25 degrees of flaps only. So the flaps are set, and we're looking for no less than 75 here as we approach the runway.
Okay.
We want a red and a red and a white and a white from the runway out.
Okay.
On those 4 lights. That establishes a 3-degree glide path. And because it is gusty, I would say it's light to moderate chop here. Okay. We definitely want to hold on to the airplane and be prepared for a possible go-around.
Okay.
Just in case. Okay, now raise the nose a little bit. Just hold it. Good. We're looking good. Fuel pump is on. Pressure mix is rich. We're clear to land. Doing a great job holding it steady. Okay. Keep the power in there. We're not going to take the power out until we're about 20 feet. We've got 100 feet to go. Okay. Guide it down. That's where we want to hold it steady.
Yep.
And power off. Let's get the power off here. Because we have extra airspeed to bleed off.
Right.
Now the wind's from the left. Right, so here's the correction. Little left aileron, little right rudder. Power off now. Look at what the aileron is. Yep. We landed left wheel, right wheel.
Turn left at Golf, back to the ramp this frequency via Alpha. Good day.
Left turn Golf and Alpha this frequency. I would like to report a light to moderate chop at 500 feet on final for 33 for 87 Quebec.
Pacific Quebec, roger, thank you.
Alright.
Northeast Tower, Cheyenne.
So you give them a pilot report.
Cheyenne 67 Delta Whiskey,
Make a left
Northeast
turn.
Tower.
Yeah, just did a drop off at Wing and heading to South Jersey.
And he said stay this frequency, so we'll go past the hold short line.
Cheyenne 7
the
Delta
other side,
Whiskey,
and we'll hold it
altitude your
there.
discretion, and
clean up
altitude
the
of
airplane.
2977, report clear of the southeast. Good day.
So even in a strong wind, you can land well.
Right.
Right? And that's the way you want to land. No, hold it here.
Yeah.
Do the checklist.
Alright, so after landing light off, fuel pump off, carb heat off, flaps up, trim reset. Alright, pulse probe off, so both off? Or just the right?
Just the right side.
Alright. That's done.
Okay, let's taxi her in.
Alright. And it's Alpha 2?
Yeah, Alpha 2 in this frequency.
Okay.
So as we clear the runway, we come to the other side, we do the checklist, and at the point we talk to ground, or he says monitor, stay with him, so we don't do it.
Got it.
Right. So we go from Philly approach to the tower, and normally back to ground here, but sometimes they work just 2 frequencies.
Okay.
And now the winds are basically from the tail, from about here.
Okay.
We had a left crosswind, so that means the winds are from here,
Right.
the right rear. So you're going to keep this like this.
Yep, sorry.
Yep. Lower your feet to the
Yep.
bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't need the brakes, that'll be easy to taxi that way.
Okay.
Yeah. When you need the brakes, bring them up. And so right now the right aileron is down, stabilizing the aircraft.
Okay.
And so if the wind is from here, then you have it
The other
the
way.
reversed. Okay? And we're gonna make a right turn on the line. We're gonna slow it down. Check your speed. Power is very good right now. Just adjust the speed with your brakes. Make your right turn on the line. As you make the turn, the wind is actually going to be off your front.
Right.
Stay on the line. Okay. Alright, we'll park it in that spot right there.
Alright.
A lot of jets here. We got 7 on the ramp here. 6 or 7.
Northeast.
All right. Keep it on that line there.
Yep.
You see your right wing? Look. See that fence there? And he's got a prop coming up, so just always be careful. This is your line, which we really have to paint to make sure we don't go to the right.
Right.
All right. Speed looks good. Alright, start your final. Alright, steepen it up with the left brake.
Yep.
Bring it around. More left brake, more. More power, a little bit more. Okay. Back to the right.
Back.
Check your left and right wingtips as you come. Clear right.
Clear left.
I think we're going to be in very good shape. Park and hold it. Right there, you see how the other nose is behind the line?
Yep.
No, and the wingtip, we're good. Alright, and
Alright.
checklist.
Alright, so radio off.